Okay. Gotta make sure I got my angle straight here. So, hi guys. I know it has been a while since you've seen my face. You've heard my voice, but you haven't seen my face. Well, a lot's been going on. And I really do apologize because I had so many great things planned for the month of August, but it didn't happen. So, if you want to hear all about that, stay tuned. All right. So, first things first. Where have I been? So I planned on doing this countdown to 30 vlog, and I was going to count down. Was it like 30 days? How, or was it 6 weeks? I forgot. It's written down in my notes. But I was going to start counting down. So it had to be 6 weeks because I think I started in June. So good morning, y'all. Today is June 28th, and it is early in the morning. I still have not washed my face. So if you see looking a little oily and greasy, that's why. But I realized that I have exactly 6 weeks, 42 days until I turn 30. And I thought it would be cool to document the process. And it's a lot that needs to happen within this short amount of time. So I just wanted to bring you all along with me so that you can see what goes on in my day to day life. And of course, I'm going to have a lot of extra things going on because I have to make a lot of major changes, but it's still all for the better. And I think it's perfect. It matches perfectly with going into a new decade, and I'll have a lot of moments of reflection because now just me thinking about it, like my 20s, oh my God, they started off so rough, but they ended so beautifully. And I know that it was all a part of the process, and I would not change a thing. So I feel as if everything has come full circle, and I'm very excited for what lies ahead. So I just wanted to bring you guys along with me, and I'll be popping in and out here and there just to let you guys know what's going on. So I'm not going to spill too many details because you have to keep watching to find out exactly what's going on and what has to take place. But I hope you guys stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm going to start counting down how long it was going to be until my birthday, and every week I was going to come in with an update to let everyone know what I was doing because I had a lot of things I needed to get done before I turned 30. And one of the main things was me moving out of my apartment. And I did get some footage of that process, but the move tired me out. It did. It was so freaking much. And guess what? It's 8 weeks later, and I still have not received my deposit. Ain't that something? But I'm trying to be nice about the situation, but run me my money. And I planned on picking things back up because I was like, okay, so even if I didn't get to do every single thing that was on my list before I turned 30, at least let me do some things. But then there was this big bombshell that was dropped on the top of my head like a few days after my move, and it was a big family thing, so like it just interrupted everything, and it even went into my birthday. So even though I still was able to have a good birthday despite everything that was going on, it still was a big it still was a big distraction. And because of that, like it just made me shift my perspective a lot, and it helped me realize what was important, what wasn't important, and that I was still in a lot of ways living the way I used to live and putting myself on these time clocks and feeling as if like I had to do it within this time frame, and if I don't get it done then it won't be worth doing because I was going to make this big thing. Like even with the channel change, if you notice, it has a new name, Confessions of a Good Girl. I had this big launch thing surrounding that, but I just didn't get the content. But just to explain the channel to you all, which I will have more content related to it. So all of my videos will be centered around me confessing something. And I'm starting off really small. And of course, the bigger things are going to come later on. I promise you it's nothing too big, nothing incriminating. But it's just me being honest for most of my life. I have been seen as a good girl, right? And because of that, people put you in a box. And when you're put in that box for too long, you start to keep yourself in the box, even though these people aren't even around to keep you in the box. but you remember every single thing that was said, every wrong look that you got, the judgment you received. You remember all of that, and you internalize it. And within the past 2 years, I've been working on letting that go. And that's why I feel as if the best thing for me to do is just to free myself from that. And what I learned from 8 Mile, whenever you are the person who puts it out there first, no one can have anything against you. Absolutely no one. So that's why I titled the channel Confessions of a Good Girl. That way, all the things that have happened to me in the past, things that I've done, things I'm not so proud of, it has no control over me anymore because now it's out there. And I was just listening to a podcast this morning, and it's a married couple, and they were saying that a lot of people hold on to their hurt and their pain and feel as if it's just for them, but it's not. It's meant to be shared with other people so that you can help bring them out of it so that they can help bring someone else out of their pain. It's supposed to be a domino effect. So I'm at a point in my life to where I don't even care what you know, what you think. Before I used to want to know, well, what did so and so tell so and so? What were you led to believe about it? But I don't care. I do not care. And the beautiful thing about that is just me being able to be honest about that. So we're going to get into a lot of good topics on this channel. You might even see some faces pop up. You know, might see some family, might see babe pop up. And again, like that's all a part of me just being open and free, being transparent with my life. You know, I keep telling people I'm 30 now, you know, so I have to act as such. You know, it only comes naturally. And if you guys are wondering where I am, so I did move back home, and this is my room, and it's been my room since 2004. So I came up with the color scheme and everything when I was 14 years old. And I kind of tried to, you know, make it look a little bit more adult like because the last time I updated it, I was 17. And I do have some footage of that too, which all of that's going to be included. And I might, you know, in between me talking, I might put in some snippets here and there. So, guys, this is what I'm starting with. Just so you can see, the cleanest thing is the dresser because I did that a while ago, but it's a lot we gotta clear out in here. But we can do it. I don't even know where to start. But let's get started. If you're wondering, like, if you notice me look over, I'm looking at my light. This is the first time that I've actually remembered to put the ring light on. So I'm just seeing if it really makes a difference because I do have the sunlight from the window coming in. So it's like I'm trying to see, like, can you really see me better? Is this my natural color? You know, because if you've been here from the beginning, from the first videos I posted, you know that camera quality was not A1. So we're trying to get better. But I just wanted to just talk to you guys. And this is me in my regular attire. And I may have mentioned this before. And you've seen me in my regular t-shirts on this channel. But on my business channel, I mentioned that, like, whatever I wear is not my normal attire from day to day. Like, I just have t-shirts on or, you know, some lounge wear, some active wear. Like, that's what I wear. And sometimes my hair is not out. But you know, I wanted to have it out. And I'm also going to do a confessional about my hair. Like, really talk about my hair journey because that's a big thing in and of itself. You know, how did I get here? And all people see is the end result. But it's like they don't know everything that goes on within that because sometimes your hair can be really personal. It can be a spiritual thing. It can be bigger than what you even thought it was. So it's going to be a lot of great things coming. And I promise to get more consistent because that has been the main thing. And ideally, I want my schedule to be every 2 weeks. There's a new video, and I do have some footage. I have been filming. That's going to be another cooking video. I know you guys like that. You responded really well to the last one. And, of course, this one, if you're watching it, is up. And I'm also going to have some travel videos. Yeah. Only thing about that, got to deal with the Rona. Like, I did not expect the next time that I was on a plane to be during a pandemic. I did not. But hey, I love Paul. She has to answer. And I'm also trying to figure out how to get some footage off of an old tablet that I have. And that was the last time, the first time that I flew on a plane. And my sister and her friend and I, like, we all went to Vegas. And I did capture some footage because here's the crazy thing about me. I've always done things before they were popular. But because they were not popular at the time, I stopped doing them. And I was vlogging before like a lot of people were really doing that. And I was gonna put it up on YouTube and start a channel. And it's like even before then, because that was 2013. I think it was like 2011, 2012. I used to rent this video camera from the library at LSU. I went to LSU doing undergrad and grad school, if you guys did not know. And I remember sitting at my desk and recording myself talking, but like I hated how I looked. I hated what I said. Like it felt forced. So it's like I deleted all the footage. One that I did post, I was walking with my friend at the time. And the reason why I deleted that off of Facebook was because it was a lot of profanity. And I ain't that girl no more. But it was still like a day in a life. And it was funny, to say the least, you know, despite the profanity. But I was like, I really should have stuck with that. But of course, when you're battling a lot of insecurities and you're unsure, like when you don't have a lot of people who are supporting you or people pushing you forward to be like, yeah, you should do that, you doubt yourself. And it's like now when I look at it, I could be this big time blogger, you know, like, but again, those were those people's journeys and everything happened at the time that it needed to happen for them. Because ideally, yes, I would love to have like this big, amazing, huge following, but even if I'm able to touch a few people who really get the message, that's all I care about. But I am going to put in more work. I am going to be more consistent. And again, apologize for the absence because it's hard to keep up with when I'm going to appear because it seems random. But I am going to try to get better. And I just woke up from a nap. And I made myself cut the camera on and do this video because I had been putting it off all week. And it's like, this is all you need to do for the footage that you have. Because like I said, I was in the process of making a vlog. So all I need is this part right here. So I can go ahead and edit it and put it up. And really what I was doing was just filling in the missing spaces. And it was tough. And I'm glad I'm on the other side of it. It's a blessing to be on the other side of it because what was going on at the time was a lot. It was a lot. And now, even though it still is a lot, it's easier for me to manage it because a lot of things are much clearer to me. A lot of things are not necessarily easier. It's just easier for me to understand, if that makes sense. And because of that, I could approach it in a different way. Better than I would have in the past. Because before, something like that would have just stressed me out. And it's like, that's all where my focus would have been. And it's like, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. So just a simple fact that I was even able to scratch some things off of my list. I'm proud of that. And now I'm just going to keep moving forward to keep scratching things off of my list. You know, and as you guys can see, you know, this was already here. This picture, and these spaces are empty. I had like some itty bitty like photos up on the wall at first, but I didn't like them, so I took them down. But I do plan on putting more things on the wall, inspirational wall art, because I really do love that. And you can't really see my desk, but I've been working on making that, you know, a little bit more inviting too. The room is still a mess. I just have y'all in a part of the room that just looks decent, but it is still a mess. There's stuff everywhere. There's still stuff in the living room. I want to do this yard sale to get rid of stuff. So there's still a lot to do, but I know that it is going to get done. And that's the beauty of it. So, without further ado, I'm going to let the footage just roll so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I did think about y'all. And I think, how much footage do I have? I'm not sure exactly how much, but I got a few days worth of footage just to give y'all insight into what I had originally planned. But I promise everything is going to be a little bit more coherent, a little bit more put together the next time around. So I just hope you guys stick around. And if you have not, please like, please share, please subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know, like, if you want to see something specifically from me. If you have any questions, just based on a little bit that you heard from me today. Because I don't mind being honest. I don't mind being real. I'm an open book. You can read me as much as you want to. Or guess what? You can even keep me closed. That's up to you. But like I said, I do hope that you all stick with me, and I hope that you enjoy the content, and I will see you soon. So hey y'all. So today is July 7th, and it is currently week 2 of my 6 weeks to my birthday countdown. So we're actually 5 weeks away, and I didn't do any major updates last week, mainly because my hair was still in the bonnet, and I didn't want to keep showing up on camera in the bonnet. But today we have it under a wrap. You know, it still looks kind of crazy under there, but hey, if the public doesn't know, it's perfectly fine. But today is actually my sister Natasha's birthday, so happy birthday, Tasha. And I have to update you guys. So, last week, I did a big thing. I turned in my 30-day notice. Yes, so I am moving. So, that's surprise number one. And it's a big move, not necessarily as far as distance, but I'm moving back in with my parents. And I'm going to share a little bit more about why that's a big deal a little later, but just to give you a brief little overview, things were awkward with me and my family for years. For years. And this is after 4 years of undergrad, 2 years of graduate school, and 6 years of apartment living. Finally going back home with my parents. And it's one of those things where I could have been done it, but you know, when you're prideful and you're still just trying to prove a point to people that you can do things without them, like, it was a mess. It was a mess. And even the bulk of the time that I've lived in apartments, it's been a struggle to keep rent paid. Like, whenever, like, I've done work, like, that's been the focus. Like, is this enough to pay rent? But as soon as I decided, okay, I'm not going to renew my lease and I'm going to go, that's when more money started to flow in. So that was like a sign, like, okay, yes, you are making the right step. Because sometimes you do cause yourself to struggle when you don't have to. A lot of times it's unnecessary just because of things that we want to do. But when you really just give in and let go, an abundance will overflow. And I am a living testimony of that. I am. And like I said, I will share a whole lot more details about that. So, like I mentioned in the first video, there's a lot that needs to be done. So everything has to be packed up. Everything has to be cleaned. And the major mountain to tackle is my room at my parents' house. Like, oh my God. Like, so it has my stuff in it that's been in there for years. It has my mom's stuff that's been in there for years. So it's a lot that needs to be cleaned. But hey, it is going to get done. So y'all are probably going to talk about me this whole entire vlog because the lighting is off. But you know, hey, when I feel it in my spirit to say something, I just say it. And of course, I'm back in the bonnet again, but I promise my hair will be out soon. But I was just sitting here reflecting. Today is July 28th, and I don't know. We're less than 2 weeks away from my birthday, and we are about 3 days, because today is Tuesday, 3 days away from the move. And I'm just sitting here reflecting because, like, it's empty in here almost. There's still a few boxes and things that I need to take to my new residence. But it's not really my new residence. It's my old new residence, if that makes sense. Or my new old residence. I don't know. But I was just sitting here reflecting, and I was having a conversation with God, mostly just thanking him for bringing me this far. When I first came here 3 years ago, I was not a happy camper. I was very upset because that move did not go anyway close to what I had in mind. Like, it was horrible. I lost a lot of things, and I had to really just break down, let go of my pride, and like ask people for help. And it was like the worst thing ever to me at the time. But now I can sit here and really understand what was the purpose for it. Like, I needed that to grow, to be more mature, to really be able to deal with the things that still were following me, you know, because at that time I was tricking myself into thinking that I was okay, that I had healed from everything I needed to heal from, not realizing that I still had a whole lot more that needed to be addressed. And even though it's a continuous process, I do feel the weight is lifted. Like, it's much, much, much lighter. And even the burden that I still carry now, it's light. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I know what it's like to carry more. And also I know that I'm not carrying it by myself. You know, and that's the beauty of it. That is really the beauty of it. And I'm really looking forward to 30 and each and every year after that, because I feel like it's just an awakening. And I know people say that, like my mama said that it was 40 when she had her awakening, but for me, I feel as if, like, yeah, this is definitely going to be mine in my 30s. And I feel that, like, my 20s was like the rough patch. for me to really deal with the worst of me to discover the best of me. And I know that there's so many amazing things that have yet to come. So I just wanted to share that all with you all real quick. And the next time you see me, I don't know if I'll be on camera that day, but the next time that you see some footage, it would be from the actual moving day. And I apologize in advance. I did not get any footage of what it looked like before in here because I had already started packing very early. So I didn't really have time to stop and get a before of what it looked like. And even with me going through everything at the house, like, I should have got the footage of how much I cleared out, but then I put more stuff back in there, you know? So I was like, maybe they still won't get it, but I guarantee you will see more progress as I do more, and you definitely will see, like, the finished product. So stay tuned. All right, y'all. So it is Friday, July 31st, and it is moving day. And I still have a lot of stuff. I'm trying to make sense of all of this. And believe it or not, like, I actually got rid of some things. So I'm not scheduled to go until 2. Excuse all of that. I'm still cleaning over there. But I think I'm going to take some extra time. Hope it's not too dark in here for y'all. I think I'm going to take some extra time to see what else I can get rid of because a lot of this is just ridiculous. So this is the only room that is completely empty. And this is the bedroom. And you can tell by the echo. There's absolutely nothing in here. And this is the closet. But the washer and dryer is in here. Just gonna let that focus. So I like seeing the empty walls. I just wish they looked like that in there. But I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart with myself because even though like it's gonna be on a truck and like some things like you can lay down, you can stack on top of each other, like this still is a lot to me. Still is a lot. And don't talk about my suitcases. I've had them since 2008. That's when I first went to college. I got that set. But you can see my more mature luggage sets over there. But yeah. Let's figure this stuff out. Notice anything different? Still haven't cleared off the headboard. So I'm going to sleep at the foot of the bed tonight, and I'll get that later. Got the TV situation going on. Still a lot of boxes over there. We still have to get it set up. Got the desk going on. And over here we have our miscellaneous. These 2 bins are going to stay where they are. And of course, behind the teddy bears, you see the printer set up over there. So it's a room/office. But as you can see, we still have a lot of boxes. And you guys saw how much stuff I had earlier. Of course, those are my reads, what I like to read in the morning. So it's still a lot of stuff to go through. I still have to clean under the bed. Still have to clean out the closet, which is another task for another day. But eventually we will get everything. And a lot of the stuff that I cleared out, I wanted to sell in a garage sale. So we will be clutter free in due time, but I at least wanted it to be livable. So next time I tune in, you guys will see more progress.